gynfflor, boneddigion a boneddigesau. Cyfrydwch o'r mwyaf yw bod yma heddi yng Nghaerfyrddin. Hoffaf ddiolch i'r Brifysgol am y fraint fawr roedd eich wedi roi i fi. Diolch i chi Emeryd hefyd am eich geiriau caredig. I'm very pleased to be here today, and I'd like to thank the University for the great honour that it has bestowed on me. And thank you also, Emeryd, for your kind words. Merchwr cymoedd o I, I'm a girl from the valleys. Ond fe aeth fy nghindadau am cynmamau o Lanelli ac o gyffiniau Caerfyrddin ar ganol y 4th ganrif ar 15 i Ferthyr Tydfil ac wedyn i Aberdâr i weithio yn y Pyllau Glo. My ancestors left Lanelli and the environments of Carmarthen in the middle of the 19th century to move to Merthyr Tydfil and then Aberdâr to work in the coal mines. Felly mewn un ffordd, rwy'n dod nôl at fy ngwreiddiau heddi. So in a way, I'm returning to my roots today. The fact that I grew up in the Welsh valleys has, I think, been decisive in my becoming a composer. Back in the 60s and 70s, the county of Glamorgan was a wonderful place for musicians in which to grow up. While there wasn't a great deal of music activity in my own school, I played in the Glamorgan Youth Orchestra and sang in the choir, each of them entailing a week's residential course 3 times a year. There were other composers there too. Carl Jenkins and I, for instance, played the oboe together in that orchestra. I also attended the National Youth Orchestra's summer course. The cost of all these courses was underwritten for me by the Glamorgan Education Authority. How lucky I was. I'm so pleased that there are still such musical organisations today. In fact, I will shortly be composer in residence for several Welsh National Youth Ensembles this next year. But I'm sad now that nowadays students have to pay their own way to attend such courses. When I was growing up, women composers were generally thin on the ground. And while I lived in the United States, with a name unrecognizable for its gender to most Americans, having music performed in various places, I dreaded getting up to acknowledge applause, because inevitably someone close by would exclaim, "Oh my goodness, it's a woman!" The situation is quite different today. This year, for instance, there will be 8 works by women composers in the BBC Proms. In 2000, when my Terfluniau Landscapes was played by the BBC National Orchestra of Wales, mine was one of only 2. The other was by Judith Weir, now Master of the Queen's Music. Admittedly, last year, 12 pieces by women were played, so the improvement is hardly in an upward straight line. But it's clear that the status of women composers and the need to take this seriously has become a live issue for government agencies, granting bodies, and even concert promoters. For instance, on International Women's Day this year, BBC Radio 3 played women's music all day long. They included a broadcast of a concert from the Bangor New Music Festival, a concert of the music of 5 Welsh women composers, including my Clytemnestra, I'm pleased to say. But I have to admit that in my lifetime, this is one of only 3 occasions, all recent, where the fact that I was a woman composer played any part in the choice of a piece of mine for performance. Clytemnestra, for instance, was commissioned by the BBC back in 1994, and there was no talk of performing my piece because I was a woman then. So I think that this newfound concern with giving women composers fair play is still preliminary to giving women equal treatment with men. We have become a special case. In some ways, I think it's good. I think that women composers and women, as most of the graduates today are, have something special to offer, something a little different from men. But I do hope we can be different and equal. In this, the University of Wales Trinity St David's is playing its part. And for this, I thank you. Diolch yn fawr.